Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Anna and I just finished up my first year as a business administration and econ major at Irvine Valley College. So I think it's pretty common knowledge that fit is really important when choosing a four-year college, but it's also just as important in choosing a community college. So here are just some ways that you can narrow down your community college choices and pick the best one for you. So I think the first question that we have to ask is, what do you want out of your education? Two-year colleges are really diverse in their purposes and what they offer. For example, you can go to get education for a specific license or specialty or a certification for work or a specific role that you're trying to get. You can also, like what I'm doing, study at a community college in order to transfer to a four-year college or university, or you can also just simply graduate with an associate's degree and then go into the workforce with that. Going into these different categories, certain schools will have more offerings in a certain area, like their specialty. So for example, I go to Irvine Valley College, or IVC, in Irvine, California. And IVC actually has a sister school, Saddleback College, and it's also a two-year community college in the area. However, the biggest differing between IVC and Saddleback is the kind of courses and programs that they offer. So Saddleback is a lot more workforce-based, meaning that they offer different courses and areas of study for students to graduate and go straight into the workforce. They include majors like cosmetology or advanced manufacturing, automotive technology, and EMT courses, and more courses and programs along those lines. So it really gives people the opportunity to go to school and get the license or the background that they need as soon as possible. IVC, on the other hand, is much more focused on students who want to transfer to four-year colleges. That's not to say that IVC doesn't offer any options for people who just want to get an associate's degree or a certification. They also have a real estate department and other departments that work on different areas like that, but IVC in general is a lot more transfer focused. For example, IVC offers this program for transfer students called GAP 4+1, or the Guaranteed Accounting Program. So students at IVC can actually apply to the program, and then if they complete all the requirements, they are guaranteed to transfer to Cal State Fullerton after 2 years as accounting majors, and they have an option to add an extra year to get their master's degrees. As you can see, Saddleback and Irvine have really unique programs and areas that are simply just catered to different student populations. So while a lot of community colleges may just seem the same because they offer courses that can transfer or courses where you can get a degree close to home, it's really important to know what you want to study before you choose a community college and where you want to be after community college, as that really factors into your main decision of which community college to attend. And it's super cool, you can actually just search your intended major or area of study in the niche app or website. If you go under colleges and then you press 2-year, and then you can just type in your major in the sidebar. So that's a really great way to just get started to see what community colleges in your county or your area or even your state, if you don't know where you want to be living, if you know what area or areas you might want to be studying. In addition to this general purpose, there's a lot of other aspects to note, and I think the most important thing that I've realized is that location is really important for a community college. Like in the name, it's a community college, so the main purpose is to serve its local community. So I know a lot of people may not have the choice of choosing between different community colleges because there's only one that's relatively close to home or work. And this makes sense. I mean, proximity to home and work are probably the most important factors that go into making community college feasible and a degree actually attainable. So unless there's like a program that is only offered at a certain school that you absolutely feel like you have to attend, sticking to a school with a commute under like 30 to 45 minutes is probably your best bet. Also, it's important to note that with the changing in time with not only this pandemic, but really what the future of education looks like beyond, a lot of community colleges are starting to offer fully online programs and degrees. So if transportation or the location is a big issue, check once again on Niche's website and app or your college's websites to see which majors and which programs can be done fully online. While going to a community college that is close to home makes a lot of sense, location can also differ depending on where you want to end up. So like I mentioned with the GAP 4+1 program between IVC and Cal State Fullerton, different community colleges nationwide have different agreements with local four-year colleges and universities. And so if finances or housing really aren't an issue and your dream school is a little bit farther away from home, you might want to consider moving to and attending a community college that has a transfer agreement, whether it's actually a guarantee or even just some sort of priority with your dream school, because that's really what will give you the largest chance to get in and also show the transfer institution that you really have an interest in attending the school. And this is really not required. This is not something that's typically done, but it's just food for thought if you really have a dream school and you want to give yourself the maximum possibility of getting in, regardless of anything else. The same can be said for jobs, but that's not to say that this is, again, a requirement or something that's highly recommended. It's just something that if you feel like you can go out of your way to do and you really want to, it's definitely something that will help you. Last but not least, probably my favorite part about the decision of how to choose a community college, student services are super important. So I'm going to divide student services into two different areas. So the first is services directly provided by faculty and staff, and then the second is student-led services. Services directly provided by faculty include things like disability services, medical care, the wellness center, food aid, financial aid, etc. So if you need any of these services in particular, for example, if you know that you need disability services for every class that you attend, or if you're at risk of needing constant medical care on campus, make sure that your potential school has a really good system in place. Call offices to make sure that they can cater to your needs, and all of that information will always be on your college's website. Moving on to student-led services, these are clubs, organizations, and mentor programs. Clubs and orgs have definitely been my favorite part of my community college experience. And this is likely due to the fact that IVC has a really rich club environment and community. So if clubs are not that important to you and your main goal is just to get some classes done or get a good GPA, then there really is no need to focus too heavily on student-led services when you look up and choose a school. But if in any way they are, make sure to snoop around your college's website and look at the different clubs that are available. And a really good way to see whether a club is super active or not is to just look them up on social media. So Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram are probably the most used for community college clubs, and if you see activity and you're interested in joining a couple of clubs and orgs, then that probably means that the club and org scene is a really great fit for you. These are just a few of the tons and tons of factors that can go into choosing a community college, just like choosing a four-year college. But these are just the factors that I thought of when I was initially choosing Irvine Valley College. A major benefit of community college is that you can apply at any time. So if you are finishing up or have just finished up your senior year and you applied to one community college, but after seeing this you're not too sure if that's the right fit, it's not too late to just go back into Niche's website and research a little bit more and see what else is available around you, and you can just send in an application anytime before the fall and apply for classes so that you can start school in the fall. And I just want to say congratulations to all of you who have been accepted into community college. Community colleges are an awesome option that we love to see, and I really hope that more people will take advantage of.